two of this playoff series. First of all, for the visiting Los Angeles Lakers in the backcourt, a couple of left-handers, Nick Van Exel and Anthony Peeler. The head coach in his first season in Los Angeles is Del Harris. Line up for the home team in the backcourt, Gary Payton and the veteran Nate McMillan. Kemp are at the forwards. And the head coach of the Supersonics is George Karl.
Ladies and gentlemen, for this afternoon's honorary ball talk.
Game one played here on Thursday night was won by Seattle, 96-71. 9 points, but he had just one assist. That's very un-Van Exel-like.
It is, but because they closed down the middle, they had no people cutting, all of his passes came back out on the outside, and there were very few balls made, period. You go Van Exel 29, and then you see a lot of twos. And that has to be a concern for Del Harris, that all the other games were very close. In the last meeting of the season, they were down by 30 at one point. They come into this ball game, and they were struggling uphill. They closed, got within 3, and then fell totally dead in the water, ended up with a 71-point ball game.
Took the Rockets to the NBA Championship Series one season, losing in 6 to the Boston Celtics. The opening cap goes to the Lakers. Dan Crawford, Mike Mathis, Jim Clark are the officials for this Game 2 matchup. Here's the double team to Divac. And the Lakers try to swing it. Campbell.
There's their X factor right there. If the lights are on for Eldon Campbell, he can be monstrous down on the low box. He scored his first shot in game 1 and then could not get the ball in.
Sean Kemp had a monster game. Rebound by Peeler. Ceballos lost it down the lane, recovered, and Campbell has 4 points. Eldon Campbell. Payton from outside, got it.
Payton did not have a good offensive night, trying to make some things happen at the offensive end. So that jump shot got his confidence started early.
Peeler. And Ceballos follows up, finds Peeler inside.
The Lakers have scored 3 inside hoops already. That's more than they scored in the entire game against the Sonic defense.
Payton, nice pass to Trent. And back come the Lakers. The double team to Divac. Back outside and the Lakers swing it. Peeler to Divac for the hook. Vlade Divac.
One other thing they're doing in this afternoon's game, making an extra pass. Said here early. Now they double themselves, and the Sonics got to start moving the ball and moving bodies around.
Sean Kemp with the 2. Lakers lead it 8-4 with 9:15 to play here in the first.
Will be a noisy arena before this one's done.
Peeler lost it. Here comes Payton. Tied up by Van Exel. Payton looking for the ball, didn't get it. Ceballos with the lob. And a nice pass from Campbell to Vlade Divac. Looks like a different Laker team from the one that was blown out here 2 nights ago.
Making it, and they're getting the high percentage shots.
There's a big rejection by Eldon Campbell. Let's go back down to the other end and watch the Lakers move the ball.
Pass the ball and you will get open, and Eldon Campbell, who's off to a good start, showing some unselfish play, drops it in for Vlade Divac, who's actually one of the best passing centers out of the post.
His first personal foul of the game. Divac's going to take it and hit it. 12-4 Lakers.
Back warm, but he's going to have to see some significant minutes because they don't have a backup point guard. So Dale Threet gone for the season, Greg.
All right, Hannah. you see how the Lakers have been tough inside. Meanwhile, Gary Payton pops from outside.
The Lakers shot 35% in game one, making the extra pass, trying to stay in a high percentage area. Divac this time one-on-one.
Irvin Johnson with the rebound. Here comes McMillan. Shrimp wide open for three. Payton looking for room to drive and draws the foul down the lane from Van Exel.
That was on number 9, Nick Van Exel.
He has improved in all areas of play, but the greatest improvement has been in his attitude and the way that he handles himself out on the court, much more in control.
Has assumed that leadership role on this team.
He has, and I think he relishes being the guy to make it happen.
Cedric Ceballos.
Ceballos for 3 points. 3 points, Ceballos.
With that three, he exceeds all the points that he scored in game one for Thursday night.
And their small forward was a minus for them in game one.
Nate McMillan. Peeler went for the steal, didn't get it. McMillan converted. 15-12 Seattle. Peeler. Well, the Lakers brought their shooting eye with them to the arena today.
They have their shooting eye because now they know what the defense is doing, and they're playing with a great deal more composure. The Sonics, on the other hand, now have to make their adjustment to having the ball double team on the post. Perkins.
Sam Perkins in the game, misses the three. Peeler. And Kemp comes away with it. Here come the Sonics on the move. McMillan looking for two in a row, and got two in a row. Lakers 17, Seattle 14. Play here in the first period. And Bill Harris says timeout. Go back in time, Steve.
The reason for this jump shot, notice how wide open Peeler is. He has plenty of time to see where the defense is coming from.
17-14. Lakers by 3, 4:18 to play in the first. We're coming back to the Tacoma Dome in just a moment. 4:10 to play here in the first. Campbell doing some mean work on the inside for the Lakers early on. 19-14. Campbell has 6 points.
Had very quietly a spectacular year in an all-around category. He's got 5 points here early in the ball.
19 points a game, over 6 rebounds, shooting 52% from the floor and 51% from the three. Campbell again on the inside. Eldon Campbell has 8. And the Lakers lead at 21-16. As is Kendall Gill, who had a big night here in game one.
Perkins doesn't spend as much time down on the post against the Lakers, but he can hurt them in there because of the long arm. Offensive foul over the top, Sean Kemp.
So they'll come the other way. In game one, Kendall Gill came off of the bench for 17 points for Seattle. Van Exel, shot clock at 4, tough shot out of the corner, and Kemp comes away with it. Gill with a nice pass to Payton, and rejected by Jones. Stripped from behind, back come the Lakers. Van Exel for Ceballos, tried the reverse, and he drew the foul from Perkins.
Quicker to the ball would be the best way to describe the Laker defense. They get a good pass inside. Watch Eddie Jones get off of his feet to knock that one away, and then they just push it hard the other way with Van Exel and Ceballos. The point shooting of Ceballos, in fact, the jump shooting of Ceballos is a big improvement of his game. He was very reluctant early in his career to even attempt a jump shot, basically stayed down on the baseline, but he's expanded his game, and it's really helped the Lakers.
On the baseline, Kemp, and Kemp will go to the line. You can't say it enough, Steve. This Laker team is like night and day from the opening game of the series.
The idea as a visitor is to win what? put the pressure on the home team. That's what the Lakers are trying to do this afternoon.
Kemp has 4.
What the Sonic defense is designed to do is to force turnovers, force mistakes. The Lakers have yet to make those kinds of mistakes early.
Sabalos, another 3 for Cedric Sabalos.
For 3 points. 3 points, Sabalos.
He has 7.
A very confident player. I'm sure he felt he was going to rebound from that 1 for 10 shooting, and he's done it early.
Kemp spins on the baseline. Not much to do about that. Lakers by 5. He'll give and go, and a steal by Kemp. Down the lane. Oh! Didn't fall for him. Here come the Lakers 4-on-3-on-2. Van Exel to Jones, and Perkins got a piece of it. Askew, Payton, Gill, and up ahead for Van Exel.
Some spectacular defensive play, and out of it, the Lakers finally get the break in an easy 2 for Van Exel. Kemp is gassed. He's winded right now, and he's trying to rest on offense and find out whether he's able to do it.
Kemp on the follow. Lottie for 3, and he hit it. The Lakers have 30 points. They scored 29 in the entire second half Thursday night.
As shooters the first time in, they had a real tough time.
Perkins out of the corner, doesn't fall, and what a first period for the Los Angeles Lakers. Eldon Campbell with 8, Cedric Sabalos with 7. The Lakers, blown out in Game 1, have rebounded in style. They lead it 30-22. We're coming back to the Tacoma Dome for the second period as the NBA on NBC continues. Lakers 65% from the field in the first quarter to 33 for Seattle. Kendall Gill.
Another quick block by Eddie Jones, so he's showing you that if he wasn't feeling well in Game 1, he's a lot better.
Doing just fine today. That Campbell-Sabalos combination as Lottie Divac goes to work. Van Exel kicks it back out to no one. Here's Payton. On the drive, here Payton. That Campbell-Sabalos combination combined for just 11 points in the opener. They already have 15 between them this afternoon.
The front line combined for just 22, and they have 26, so they've already outdone themselves.
And Sam Bowie gets a block and adds to that. 32-24 Lakers. Outside, will he be able to save it? He does. Shot clock is at 8. Askew. Rejected by Bowie. So the Lakers big in the block shot department today so far.
And they're long in Divac, Bowie, and Eldon Campbell, but also long in Eddie Jones.
Sabalos, another 3.
Sabalos for 3 points. 3 points, Sabalos.
I guess the Maverick is loose. Sam Bowie has always been a great shot blocker, and they got that one brought right to him by Vincent Askew.
35-24 Lakers. Kemp.
The Lakers are showing double team, but it's not a hard double team because Kemp's been able to squeeze through it a couple times. Sean Kemp to stay in front of them.
Bowie. And Perkins with the rebound. Seattle back in a hurry. Kendall Gill on the drive. Went right around Eddie Jones. Kendall Gill, first basket of the day. 35-28.
React to Gill's drive at all.
Divac across the lane with the scoop. And Kemp with another board. And brings it back, leads for Askew. Askew. Sean Kemp with the follow. Sean Kemp with 12 and beginning to assert himself on the baseline. And Del Harris wants a 20-second timeout.
The Sonics are known for open court play and a slashing, driving team. Eddie Jones reaching, and it's a better reach by Kendall Gill to get the hoop. Vincent Askew on the drive, and the guy that's bringing them back, Sean Kemp over the top. 6:30.
Van Exel for three. The Lakers are now 5 for 8 from three-point land. They were 4 for 28 in all of Game 1.
First round.
Divac goes 1 for 2. The Lakers in their 18th playoff in 19 years. They missed out last year. Perkins to Askew.
Askew was a much better player a year ago and kind of got full of himself and how good he could be getting into the camp, even walked out on a practice. So this is a guy that's got to remember who Vincent Askew really is.
Cedric Ceballos with another jump shot. He has 12, 41-32. George Lynch is on the floor for the Lakers. With last year's first-round loss to the Denver Nuggets, there is more than just a little pressure on the Seattle Supersonics.
No, there's a ton. The town was very nervous about the first ball game. They know last year this team won both games at home and dropped the last three. And the only way that they can have any kind of redemption at all is to get out of the first round and into the second and make an impact. Otherwise, this whole team crashes and burns.
Foul down underneath the basket. Payton. There is no foul. The Ceballos called timeout before he went out of bounds. Ceballos on the drive. Wild shot. McMillan has it. Payton out of bounds to Seattle.
In game one, they had control break, and they were able to finish. They haven't really been in a controlled situation where they've known where they could get a score in a break and cash. Trying to post up Payton against Van Exel.
And Payton with the basketball now across the lane, puts it up, no, tap no good. Scramble for the basketball. We're going to have about 8 guys involved in this jump ball.
And where Divac might tip the basketball, tips it back.
And that'll be Seattle basketball. Into the game, Sam Bowie for Del Harris. Has still plenty of time, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Gill, Perkins.
This is a confused team in a half-court set. Here this afternoon, they have demonstrated that they don't know where they want to go to get the ball scored, and they get a 3-second violation against the Sonics. They're not crazy about playing in the half-court, so if you can slow them down, you can get mistakes out of them, and they have shown us this afternoon.
Ceballos, got it. Cedric Ceballos has 14 points, and the Lakers lead 43-32. Kendall Gill, time running down. Detlef Schrempf for three, got it and drew the foul. Del Harris hates to see a momentum swing like that.
30, George Lynch, his second in the last.
They needed something like this to give them some life. And Carl is saying maybe that's the break that will get them going in the second half.
2.3 to play in the half, and Schrempf gets his 4-point play. 43-36, full court pressure. Lynch throws it up at the buzzer, and it's way short.
Halftime with the score, Los Angeles.
Seattle was looking at a huge drought coming down the stretch. Detlef Schrempf wraps it up with a 4-point play, and at the break, the Lakers lead it 43-36. Coming up, Bob Costas and company in the studio. NBA Showtime will take it away right after this.
Inside with his low post offense.
Schrempf for three. Detlef Schrempf shot 51.4% from behind the three-point line during the regular season.
Point field goals. He knows he's going to get a chance to get them up and down. ball games, 108 to 105, and then 128 to 121. So
Van Exel with the foul on Payton. There's no basket on that play.
To finish the thought, they know how to handle this crowd and how they can get involved in it, as Del Harris wants a 20-second timeout. Pushed him, and that's where they call the foul against Anthony Peeler.
Schrempf for three. Detlef Schrempf hit a three-pointer with less than 3 seconds to play in the first half. Converted the free throw. It's been all Detlef here in the second half, and he is carrying the Sonics.
Someone needs to tell him that he can make that shot. He's been uncovered 3 times in a row.
The Laker lead is down to 1. Basic tenet of the game: identify where the shooter is and don't leave him alone. And there is a foul as Eldon Campbell takes it hard to the basket.
Even more so, the hot shooter. And so he gets a 4-point play to end the half, comes back, gets a 3, gets another 3. Lakers are in a drought. They have not scored for some time, and they finally get it broken. 9:41 here, and they get their first point in the third quarter.
Sonics have never led in this game. They trail by 2, 44-42.
Trying to post Eldon Campbell, who had a great start.
Campbell got it. Eldon Campbell makes it a 4-point Laker lead, 46-42. Campbell has 11.
Now the way to hurt Campbell is to get the ball to Sean Kemp. Let him try to draw that 4th foul, get him out of the ball game.
Schrempf on the drive, lost it over the basket and out of bounds to the Lakers. Sonics looking for a foul, it didn't come. Ceballos for 3. Cedric Ceballos with another 3-pointer. That's his 3rd today. 17 points on the afternoon.
That shot has been the salvation for both teams. John Quick with a quick spin.
That's 4 on Eldon Campbell.
Comes in and really he's too deep, and there's a push right there. Both hands in the back. Too easy for the official to call. Eldon got a little lazy. Now they need to come right back to Sean Kemp. Don't even fool around with it, and make sure that the defense reacts to him being posted against Eldon Campbell.
And the backcourt violation turns the ball over to the Lakers. Steve, we've seen more contact than that in the timeout zone.
From almost in all of his ball games.
Van Exel, tough shot. Up ahead, Payton lost it out of bounds.
Pass was not quite enough in the air, and the outstretched hands of Ceballos threw Payton's concentration off. He should have still caught it.
Series. Bowie, quick inside pass, gets away from Divac. Here comes Detlef Schrempf. Payton. Johnson with the rebound, fouled from behind by Peeler.
Number 1, Anthony Peeler.
We've seen the intensity up just a little bit now. Irvin Johnson at the free throw line. There's another Irvin Johnson.
Oh, he's a lot happier today. He was blowing and walking and shaking his head in game 1 because the Lakers did not play smart, but they are playing a much smarter ball game here against the Suns.
Ceballos taking it to Schrempf. Bowie. Kemp took it away. Johnson. And the Lakers come right back in a hurry. Ball game. Van Exel kicks it back to Divac. Bowie pushed off. Let's go back to Sean Kemp's big defensive play.
Kemp is always looking to help out, and Sam Bowie really never realized where Kemp was. And then at the other end, Irvin Johnson beat everyone down the floor, gets his first hoop. Maybe bothering him a little bit, but he looks content right now to distribute the basketball and nothing else.
17 points for Detlef Schrempf. The Sonics are within 1 in the third. And look at Payton all over Van Exel.
you look at Peyton, I mean, defense has been his strength, and he's the guy that energizes the Sonic defenseman. Van Exel, Nick the Quick, got by.
That's a terrific basket by Van Exel. 52-48 Lakers. Peyton. Van Exel got a hand on it. And Gary Payton pulls Seattle to it in 2.
5 points, 24 rebounds to keep the Lakers winning. So he's elevated his game in a very dramatic way when a lot of people felt the only way that he could ever be a basketball player of note was to keep Magic Johnson out there yelling and screaming in his face.
Peyton to the left hand. Overshoot. Sean Kemp with the foul. Lakers 53. Play in the third. A little of everything in this game, too. Eddie Jones on the move. Nice shot by Jones. His first basket of the day. Lakers by 4. Sonic back in a hurry.
Perkins hurt them with three-point shooting. They've run out and jumped at him, made it tough. Sean Kemp misses inside.
Good recovery. Perkins for 3. In and out. Out of bounds. Off of the Lakers. It'll be Seattle ball. Sam Perkins put up about as nice a shot as you can have that doesn't go in.
Smooth was smooth on that one. He thought he had it and was backing up, but he hasn't been able to dial in yet. They're going to give him another chance.
Lakers by 1. Coming up on 3:45 to play here in the third. Divac spins on his man and scores.
Nice quick spin, surprise Sam Perkins. Divac doesn't go baseline very often. Kemp
taken down by Bowie. That's 5 on Bowie.
You're going to get a flagrant foul on Sam Bowie trying to come over the top. Now, he made a play on the ball and got the ball. Del Harris was standing thumbs up, and they call a flagrant 2. Right at the end, he pulled them back, and that's what got the flagrant foul, and Kemp up in his face.
They have a double foul last trip down the floor and bumped shoulders a little bit as they waited for the next play to develop.
Not bad blood. I think Bowie's trying to establish himself inside of the defensive pressure. He knows that Kemp was going to throw that one down. What hurts him is, at the last, he pulled what looked like was a good block, or at least a situation where you wouldn't get a flagrant foul, into one.
And has the basketball. Remember, the Sonics have never led in this game. 3.5 to play in the third. Peyton. The Sonics with their first lead of the day at 59-58. Divac gets the lead right back for the Lakers.
And that's the bloody Divac that carried him through a real tough stretch, stepping up his game. He really went hard and aggressively at Sam Perkins to get the hoop.
Trent back outside for Perkins. Peyton for 3. And the Sonics have the crowd into the game. Seattle by 2. 2:20 to play here in the third. Perkins for 3. Divac across the court. Lynch fouled underneath.
Foul is on number 11, Denman Schmidt.
And as soon as we know what the trouble with Cedric Ceballos is, we will fill you in. The other free throw goes down, 65-64, Seattle by 1.
Match right here, Sean Kemp against George Lynch. They got to go to that, and then somebody's got to cut through the basket. They push him off the box, and they stay out on the perimeter against the clock.
Kemp with the turnaround. Seattle's lead is 3. Divac. Peeler for 3. Got it. Anthony Peeler ties the game at 67. We have a minute to play in the third.
The three-point field goal has been the shot of the moment in the day for both teams, and a big shot for Anthony Peeler goes in. He needed that. He's been struggling.
Kemp fouled by Lynch, who complains that there was no call. Kemp puts Seattle up 69-67. Kemp has 20 on the day. Moments of the third period. Peeler. Payton on the follow-away. Oh, what a shot by Gary Payton.
Now, Payton wanted that one all the way. Kendall Gill was wide open in front of him, and he had his mind on scoring. He got a tough shot to go down. He's got 9 in the quarter.
Sonics by 4 as we come up on the last 10 seconds of the quarter. On the drive, Van Exel gets the ball. And the steal, Van Exel puts it up out of the corner. It's short. Kendall Gill at the buzzer. What a comeback by the Seattle Supersonics. Vlade Divac and Sean Kemp trying to show the way for their team. It's the Sonics by 2. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Steve Jones, it's Kramer.
You know, we got a lot of people here. Maybe we ought to give them something. Points closer. Let's see if he tries to stay in it at the offensive end.
We get the important people on that camera, don't we?
We know how to find him.
Campbell inside.
He is back, and he has not missed when he has been in the ball game down on the post. Ties the game up.
Stomach down, and now he's back and ready to go in the game, Greg.
All right, Hannah, looks like Cedric just gave Coach Del Harris a thumbs up. Tied at 71.
Better be some fast-acting medication because they need him back out on the floor. Shot clock at 5.
Van Exel out of the corner. Oh, what a shot by Nick Van Exel.
Well, that's a Van Exel special. Under pressure, off balance, he's going to make those. You give him wide open shots, he's not nearly as good. Eddie Jones picks up the foul.
Nick Van Exel.
Why is Van Exel such a cocky guy? Because I can make these shots. Nobody else makes those shots.
The coach will take those. Perkins steps inside the 3, misses the 2, rebound to Divac. Up ahead to Van Exel, 2-on-1, he takes it right at his man, and it's an offensive foul. Detlef Schrempf stood his ground, took the charge, and will come the other way.
Van Exel led with his foot against Eddie Jones, but Askew has not been a finisher down at the bucket.
Kendall Gill open for 3, in and out. And Van Exel picks it up and draws the foul. Foul is on Askew.
You know, Van Exel reminds me a lot in big game sentiment of Dennis Johnson. Not a great percentage shooter, but when the game gets close, this guy makes big plays. He makes drives or passes or shots, but he really relishes it when the game is on the line. Oh, Peeler was wide open. Shot clock at 5.
Peeler making Anthony Peeler with another 3, and it's a 5-point Laker lead.
But to finish the thought about close games, they won the third meeting by 6 and the fourth one by 3. So they win close games against the Sonics, and they know that if it stays close, they have an edge.
Cross court to Gill, he travels.
The composure that the Sonics had in the third quarter has evaporated. George Karl's got to generate it all over again.
5-point Laker lead, 9:29 to play in the game.
Make some plays for some other people.
Shot clock winding down. Schrempf has to put it up, and Campbell got a hand on it, and that's a shot clock violation. Good defense from Eldon Campbell.
Crowd trying to help Detlef Schrempf on the dribble.
Payton Back outside, McMillan. Seattle still hasn't scored in the quarter.
Shrimp against Sabalos. See if they get Shrimp the ball. They've been going to Payton, and they're doubling him, so they're keeping the ball out of Payton's hands down on the box.
Shrimp finally gets a shot away. No, tapped up and in by Nate McMillan. First basket of the fourth quarter for Seattle. And they trail by 3.
But in the fourth quarter of play, the best news for George Carl's team is they're only down 3 on the scoreboard.
Sam Perkins draws his second. Sabalos going to put it up and hit. Cedric Sabalos having himself a superb day.
Against Nate McMillan, but the Sonics are not moving their feet right now. They're reaching, holding, grabbing, coming back to camp.
Eddie Jones back outside. Sabalos got it. Third three-pointer of the afternoon for Cedric Sabalos. He has 22, and it's an 81-73 lead for the Lakers.
They do a better job after the misses of rebounding. The Lakers are going to try to keep the pressure on inside. Eddie Jones kept that alive, trying to call a timeout.
Didn't work. It's the Sonics basketball with 4:17 to play. Seattle trails 81-73. Kemp. Tied up? No. Foul by Divac. That's 4 on Vlade Divac.
Sometimes Kemp isn't ready to go right up, and this is one of those times. He caught the ball and then had to gather him. Put a power surge. Now, this is what George Karl needed. He needed something to break the momentum. Now, this is really home court advantage. You can't have better timing than this. Now you get a break. The lights are down here at the Tacoma Dome. They want all of the lights on, so we've got a break in the action, and Del Harris is going to try to keep his team focused for this final 4:11.
We got him. Stay focused, baby. Stay focused.
Well, some emergency lights have come on upstairs.
Well, the playoffs, we've seen a lot of strange things, but have never been in the playoffs where the lights break down for the home team.
Gives lights out a whole new meaning in postseason, doesn't it? We'll be back. Back at a darkened Tacoma Dome. Greg Gumbel, Steve Jones, Hannah Storm. 81-73 play has been halted as the main lighting system has failed. Let's check in with Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Well, Greg, the problem is the entire city of Tacoma, the entire grid that we're on right here, has had a power surge. So lights are not only out in this stadium, but everywhere, all over Tacoma. They have to let these lights cool down. They don't have any other lights more available than the ones that you see now. In other words, they have no backup generator, no backup lighting that would be sufficient to play basketball. What they have to do is wait for the main lights here, which have gone out, to cool down. That'll be 5 minutes, maybe as long as 10 minutes before those can be turned on again and we can resume play.
Of 12 from the floor here in the fourth, they went through a 1 for 15 cold spell in the second. Kemp gets 2.
Best news, they're only down 6. Plenty of time in the ball game
to play.
Shrimp against Sabalos.
Perkins. Kemp had it and lost it, but McMillan recovers. Perkins on the move. Mitch Kupchak of the Lakers. And now the Lakers have to look to someone. There's a steal.
Mismatch here. Shrimp again.
Fouled by Van Exel.
Van Exel, every play since the outing has gone in favor of the Suns.
Cannot believe the reversal of fortunes here this afternoon.
Well, this goes ahead of anything you've ever heard about the Boston Garden. In all of the years at Boston Garden, they never had this kind of luck in the middle of a game in the playoffs, which they were about to lose.
The Sonics are 18 of 19 from the free throw line today. They trail by 2, 2:40 to play. New 24 for the Lakers.
Every everybody's on their feet right now, and they are into this, knowing that with this stop, if they get it, they have a chance to tie it up.
Since the lights came back on, the Sonics have scored 6 straight points. Ceballos lost the handle, recovers, throws it up. Kemp with the basketball, and the Sonics looking for a tie or better.
Mismatch again. Shrimp against Eddie Jones.
2 minutes remain in the quarter. 2 minutes.
There's a takeaway. Eddie Jones. Jones didn't get it. A minute 40 in regulation.
They got to come back to Detlef Shrimp. He's got Ceballos on his back. This time he's got to look to score the ball. He can't give it up.
That's a loose ball foul, and it'll go against the Supersonics.
Loose ball foul, number 40, Sean Kemp.
All the pressure off of the Lakers.
A minute 20 to play. Divac. Ceballos for three. Big shot by Cedric Ceballos.
3 points, Ceballos. Timeout.
25 points for Cedric Ceballos.
Timeout.
And Seattle calls time with a minute 11 to play. Ceballos, 6 out of 9 from three-point land today. 84-79, Lakers.
3 minutes for the Los Angeles Lakers to score, but it couldn't have come at a better time and from a better distance. A 3-point field goal, and Ceballos pointing to the bosses and saying, "This three's for you." And Mitch now says the pressure is off and it's on the Lakers. Which team has been the best in close games? The guys in purple. The Lakers have won all of the close games. Now the pressure comes back to the Sonics. They've got to have a score with this possession.
Ceballos has scored the last 8 Laker points. We come up on 65 seconds remaining in regulation. Perkins for three. Perkins has 11, 84-82, 1 minute to play.
Can't take it. He's going for a walk. Magic knows this is the biggest possession of the ball game as they come inside to Elvin Campbell.
Campbell, short. Seconds. Shrimp for three. And Perkins may have gotten away with an over the back.
Well, the Sonics can get the ball back. Difference between shot clock, game clock is about 11 seconds, so they got to play good defense. Make the Lakers take a tough shot, rebound the basketball.
Ceballos taken away by McMillan.
Ceballos made the three-pointer, and then the turnover, and the pain goes all the way into the stands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
And onto the bench with Del Harris.
10.5 seconds to play.
Sonics got to give themselves 2 chances to tie the ball game up. They cannot fool around with the shot and game clock going down like crazy.
Long range, off the mark, and it's over. It is over. The Lakers have tied the series in a game apiece.
Score, St. Louis 84, Seattle 82.
Talk about a ball game with a little of everything.
The crowd is stunned, but they took too much time to get the shot in the air, and Nate McMillan is not a prime-time clutch player to be shooting in that situation. They can't get a timeout, and Del Harris knows, I'm still lucky, and it's better to be lucky than good.
84-82 from the stands. Magic and Mitch Kupchak says we come into Seattle and we take one. Cedric Ceballos comes up big in game 2. He's standing by with Hannah Storm. Hannah.
Cedric, your performance in this team just epitomized the tenacity of the Lakers, not just coming back from that devastating defeat in game 1, but coming back after the momentum was in your favor and the lights went out. What happened in the interim there?
Well, that was kind of tough for us, but we got warmed up within the first minute of that 4-minute period of playing, and after that we got things going a little bit. Science missed some shots, we canned some. I knocked down a 3, so our momentum just kept going with it.
You came up with some huge shots after the lights went out. Now, I know you were sick in the game. In the third quarter, you even left the game. Did that interim period help you?
Well, it did help me a lot, but I really wasn't worried about the illness. Yesterday, I called my big brother and asked him, what should I do? He just said, just keep playing, keep digging in there, play hard as you can, and it worked tonight.
This is such an emotional win for you. How devastating you think it could be for the Sonics, who are facing such pressure to get out of this first round?
Well, it's tough, and I think we took care of business here in Seattle. We have to go home and do the same.
All right, Cedric, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Greg.
All right, Hannah, once again, our final score, the Lakers 84 and the Seattle Supersonics 82. Stay with NBC tonight, starting at 8, 7 Central Time. There's a